and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings. Big hopes and dreams as we cover our kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the par, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the theme song. Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, that's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
Four in a row? What the hell is happening in Sacramento? Does it make any sense? Not really, but we're live.
What up, Deuce?
Hey.
Hey, Morgan.
Hi.
I'm rooting for y'all.
Yeah, but how about Dylan Cardwell and those Sacramento Kings?
Let's go, Kings.
Oh, man.
Oh, this season has been so hilarious. But as we sit here on a Friday night, the Sacramento Kings have won 4 consecutive games. Wow.
Crazy.
All at home, too, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Very, very good for the home crowd, for the vibes, for the Beam Squad.
Bad for the draft lottery. Maybe, but who cares, huh?
Who cares?
Give me a hell yeah.
Who cares?
Appreciate all the basketball sickos hanging out with us late on a Friday night. If you have not done it yet, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I'm going to check before the pod because I would love to see if we can do this by the end of the podcast here.
Ooh, what?
We are at, right now, 21,985 subscriptions. 15 away from 22,000. Will we hit 22K tonight live on the podcast?
Give me a hell yeah.
We'll find out. We'll find out together, huh?
It's free. You just click subscribe.
Hey,
That's it.
Carlin, I know you're excited for some fun, but no, not that way. No, come here.
Oh,
Come here.
no.
This way. Here.
Come here. Oh, no, no. Oh. The fastest. Oh my God.
I'm chasing you around the studio right
He's
now.
literally the fastest disabled dog I've ever
Where
seen.
are you going?
What? I'm not joking. Like before this, he was sprinting around and then he starts shitting everywhere because he can't.
He's insane. He's insane.
He can't control his
Do
movements.
you blame him? The Kings have won 4 in a row, Morgan.
Well, it's more because he's like partially paralyzed that he just shits, and probably of excitement of the
That's
Kings.
the whole point. Yes,
It's-
and.
Give me a hell yeah.
You cannot give me that look.
Oh,
What? Don't.
No.
I will tee you up right now.
tee you up. It's a little
That's
dark
one.
in here.
You want me to turn up a little bit?
It's a little dark in here. It's a little dark in
I'm
here.
not following
yes,
you.
and.
I'm not. It's not working. The beam is not
What?
working. Yeah.
Yes, and.
Let's see here. Yeah, there's some issue.
What?
So-
No. Wait,
Not exactly sure.
come on. There hasn't been that many. 12 of these? 12. It's not like anything should be broken.
Appreciate all you guys for being here tonight, and I don't care if it's the Wizards. We enjoy the highs and the lows together, right? How about some Friday fun? Woo! Oh, the Sacramento Kings came into this homestand at 8-30. Fast forward to this Friday night, the Wizards in town. They came out swinging. Shout out to Dylan Cardwell. Give me the Dylan. Oh, but we're not done. Russell Westbrook facing his former team, dropping 26, knocking down 6 of 9 from downtown.
Yes.
Oh, but the biggest shout of them all goes to that building tonight full of Kings fans. Watching an 11-win Kings team take on a 10-win team, you wouldn't have known it. It felt like the goddamn playoffs! And Morgan Reagan's so juiced, she's looking at the NBA play-in standings! Oh, I love me some Dylan Cardwell. The guy is an absolute lunatic! And welcome back, the big fella, Domantas Sabonis. The Kings are 12-30.
Oh, there you go.
That was good, huh?
Yeah, that fog.
Love you. More fog than we anticipated. I'm glad I ordered some more, huh?
Can I just say too? It's you can tell the difference, like, because the old fog was like 2 years old, right?
Maybe.
Like, I think it was from the first time you ever got it, and so this fog, they have a new recipe.
Yeah. A little more potent, a little more toxic.
Yeah, are you sure you got non-toxic?
Oh man! All right, let's waste no more time. Let's talk about this win. Deuce Mo, we're coming down in 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Oh, welcome into the Deuce and Mo podcast. Recording this on a Friday night. Kings back on the home floor taking on a Wizards team. It's not very good and shorthanded, and the Kings were getting some reinforcements back. Dennis Schroeder returned from a 3-game suspension, and after 27 games, Domantas Sabonis returned from that partially torn meniscus. And the Kings got off to an unbelievable start. The game was tied up at 22 apiece, and the Kings closed the first quarter on a 19-0 push, highlighted by dunks galore. Dylan Cardwell, what a freak this guy is. And the Sacramento Kings kind of let it slip away a bit in that second quarter. A lot. Took control in the second half. And they end up holding on to beat the Wizards 128-115. It's their 4th straight win.
Wild.
They're now 12-30 on the season. This podcast is always presented by our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. Hi, Mo.
Hi. Here we go. 4th straight win. Wasn't even expecting it, and there's so much good basketball once again. And again, good basketball. When you see shots being made, the Kings were pretty much shooting over 60% the entire game. They finished on 58% shooting. It obviously also helped them have 36 assists, right? You make your shots.
Yep.
You pass the ball around. It's good. But Doug Christie talked about it before the game too, when people were like, well, what's working, these last couple of games? And he was talking about shot profile and just like basically taking the right shot. And to continue that again through this game, especially with the addition of Domantas Sabonis or even Dennis Schroeder, who was out those 3 wins because of the suspension. So, it all came together, and I'm just glad that we had fun, competitive basketball again.
We're going to talk about what this really means, if anything. Plus, we'll look ahead to the NBA trade deadline with more rumors to go. But focusing on this game first, yeah, Morgan, they're on a 4-game win streak. And I understand the mixed emotions about it from some fans. There are some fans out there like, are you kidding me? Like, what? This just be bad. And I think there's also this like fear from others that would be like, oh, is this going to give the front office or others hope that, well, if this team's just healthy, you just never know. Maybe they can build on this. And so I understand everyone's apprehension. I would just say this. Try to live in the moment. They've won 4 in a row, and I'd much rather them, if they're going to win games, do it at home.
And do it
they've
right.
done it the right way.
Yeah.
And being in that building tonight, it was so loud at the end of the game and in that first quarter. And when Sabonis checked in for the first time in 2 months, right? The energy was unbelievable. And it was just so fun to be a part of it. And all I could think about is something we've said so many times. All Kings fans ever want, as a couple people from Sacramento, all we want is just like competent basketball out there.
all.
And you're not going to win every time out. But if you just like move the ball, you play hard, you make the right plays, you find ways to get the crowd energized.
Yeah.
They're gonna love you, and they'll deal with the tough times.
Yeah, and even the tough times sometimes just happening in the moment of like a turnover or whatever, and being able to respond. Like I feel like there's so many games at the beginning of the season where you're just questioning everything and what the hell, why the hell you're still watching when it felt like, oh, you guys are screwing up out there and it looks like you don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Where like tonight, there was always a response to the shitty start to a third quarter when they start, come in and have those turnovers. Like, okay, let's turn it on here. Boom. Same thing with the fourth quarter. They come out in the fourth and there's like the Champagne dunk and there's like a turnover, whatever it was.
They had like 4 turnovers in the first like 2 minutes of that fourth quarter.
Wow. See, yeah. And it felt sloppy. It felt weird. But the cool part of that.
Turnovers.
What?
I just said turnovers weird. I was like, turnovers. They had 4 turnovers. Didn't I say it weird?
No, I didn't think so.
I'm in my head.
But you are. But my point to that being is that you saw response, you saw fire, you saw passion, you saw like people caring out there.
Right. And it's a team that's got a lot of vets on it, but it's amazing what some youth can do for energy.
Oh my God.
I feel like that's why I want to start tonight's podcast.
Do it.
Dylan Cardwell.
Yay.
Was Dylan Cardwell the best player on the floor tonight? No. But I think fans leaving that building went, I fuck with that guy.
Yes.
If you had never watched him play before, you're like, who is this guy? Or if you're been a fan that's been locked in the entire season, you're going, this guy is just fun. And I'm sure as the opposing team, you probably hate the guy because you're like, dude, this guy gets a rebound and he's outletting and celebrating.
Yes.
He's dunking the ball. He's getting the crowd into it. I've been watching the NBA a long time. I have not seen a player play to the home crowd like Dylan Cardwell does. And we asked him weeks back when we talked to him on a post game if he would do that on the road, and he said no.
He's
he
not
won't do
Dylan
that.
the villain. He's not.
He said he's not Dylan the villain. That's what he wants to do when the team is at home. He wants to get the crowd energized, and I gotta be honest, I fucking love it because he's making good plays out there. He's blocking shots. Some of the dunks he had tonight, the lobs, that reverse jam he had in the first quarter, just energy plays.
Absolutely. And like, look, there's gonna come a time where a mistake happens where he's celebrating someone's getting back. Like you're gonna be like, oh God, no. But it doesn't matter. It like he'll learn from it, right? And what I love from what we're seeing right now is that his intent to celebrating is truly how it is processing through his body. You see it coming out of his soul, right? Like it is just coming out of the way he salutes, the way he's trying to get the crowd into it. Yes. No, he like follows through with this salute just all the way through. It is something else what he's capable of doing out there. But like, I feel like there's other teams that sure you're going to get annoyed, but at the same time, he's not coming up in your face and trying to like start some shit either. He's just trying to play with joy, and this is his way of expressing it.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's the lunatic in the best way possible.
Yes.
And obviously he has come into the rotation now, even with Sabonis back. I mean, they played them together tonight, which I think offensively can be very challenging at times, especially when you take on better teams from a spacing perspective. But just to have some more size up there, he ends up with 8 points, 8 rebounds off the bench tonight, ends up playing almost 19 minutes in this game, an undrafted two-way guy. And it's because he does those things, right? It's making sure to be there and help. It's playing physical. It's getting rebounds. It's being a vertical threat that they have really lacked the last couple of years from that big man spot.
Yeah. But also, like, has he just gotten better at being a lob threat? Like, I already knew he could throw it down, play above the rim like that. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like there's, it seems either more under control as we see him in this celebration. I forget what was that one after.
That was after a dunk, I think.
That
in the
was
fourth
after.
quarter,
Oh
yeah.
my God! It was hilarious. But I don't know what it is. I just feel like there is like the timing's a little better, and maybe it's just like the connection and the chemistry between the guys. But whatever it is, it's making him look better, and he's executing.
And for a team that's had a rough season with a whole bunch of vets that are all in trade rumors like 3 weeks before the deadline, to see a group that's having some fun out there is pretty epic. And then after the game, you see the beam lighting, and it's Max down there with Precious Achua, Dylan Cardwell, and Neat Clifford. They're all wearing sunglasses.
Yes.
Like, that's their gimmick?
Yep. New gimmick starting tonight. I love it. It's the Beam Squad, and they get excited to light it together. And I'm sure there's so many vets on the team like, yes, go light it. We don't need to light it. You like go do your thing. But when you again just see these guys do this with so much joy. They've only won 12 games this season, and it's not about that. It's about living in that moment. That's all that it's about when that's happening.
Yeah. You watch that and you go, I like these guys.
Yep.
And for fans who've been watching this team play basketball this year, which has been really rough, okay? All right, we've all been together hanging out live after games talking about this.
Miserable at times.
Seeing moments like this, that's what it's about. It's fun. This is what the game is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. So, I love what Dylan Cardwell did. By the way, I did put the whole question, who's the player of the game?
Yeah.
And I get it. 47% of the people say Russell Westbrook. Actually, Cardwell getting a lot of votes at 36%, now at 37%. I gave Dylan Cardwell the Butcher and Barrel player of the game.
What? I love that. I get shocked.
That's the wrong one. Okay.
Oh, no.
Jebediah. Why didn't you load the right one?
Oh, Jebediah about to get
You've got one job.
out.
Dude.
Jebs.
Our Butcher and Barrel player of the game. Dylan
Hey.
Cardwell, 8 points, 8 rebounds. And according to Jebediah, 18 celebrations in 18 minutes.
Hey, good bit.
Wow. Okay, that's it.
Yeah,
That
all
makes
right,
up for it,
Jeb.
Jeb. That's
All
kind of funny. He is our Butcher and Barrel player of the game. Shout out to him. The great energy. And if you haven't been to Butcher and Barrel, stop playing around.
Yeah, stop playing around and go check it out. Before a game, they have great game day deals, $38 for a Wagyu burger, a shot and a beer, or you can just go on any day of the week and pretty much eat there for dinner. They have happy hour. It's such a wonderful place. The location's easy to park. It's easy to get there, but the bar is beautiful and the food is absolutely delicious. Go check out Butcher and Barrel.
In the chat, they say give Jebediah a pass on this one. No, he made it up with the 18 celebrations.
Is he doing this in the corner right now?
Dude, good bit.
Good
He's
bit,
buying in.
Jebs.
Yeah, I would love to see Dylan do that on the road if the Kings were crushing it, but he's not going to do it.
Oh, no. You don't need he needs to, it just needs to be his genuine self. Like, always stay true to yourself. No Dylan the villain.
So how did the Kings get it done in this one? Well, one, let's just full stop. The Wizards are a bad basketball team.
Oh, wow.
And Chris Middleton did not play. Of course, CJ McCollum got traded a couple of weeks back. Trae Young was chilling on the bench. He is still out with an injury. He's not coming back till at least the All-Star break or something like that. So it's a young group that's got plenty of interesting talent, from Keyshawn George to Alex Sarr, Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson. I mean, you're talking about a lot of young players out there playing, and you see the flashes of athleticism from them. You see the flashes of them getting out on the break when the Kings would make mistakes. And it had some nice moments, but the reality is they are going to be just a joke defensively at times.
A joke defensively, a joke fundamentally at times.
Yeah, but that's part of what happens when you play young players.
I know.
And it's tough. It's
I know.
a really, really tough thing. Hell, even Alex Sarr is like looking at the fourth quarter. I'm like, the guy's played 22 minutes. How is he not playing more? And maybe it's because he's too good for them, what they're trying to do, which is, secure a top pick. The Kings came out early on, and that final few minutes of that first quarter, it's tied at 22. They go on a 19-0 push. It was mistake after mistake for Washington, but this is where like Sabonis shines in such a big way, and you forget about it because we haven't seen him in 27 games. He enters this game in the first quarter. Let's see, what was that? First quarter, he comes in at the 5:11 mark, and the Kings are up by 2 at 22-20. So Sabonis comes off the bench, gets an amazing ovation.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
But him getting a rebound and just getting that ball ahead. He had that one no-look feed in transition to Precious for the jam. That was disgusting.
Yeah.
And another one where I think it went from him to Monk to Cardwell, maybe? Maybe that was later.
Your point is the ball was moving when he was in there.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. And you talk about some of the transition plays, fast breaks, early offense, whatever, and just Sabonis getting shit started, whether he's grabbing the rebound, finding the outlet, making it quick, or taking it himself, like with that Precious play that you're specifically talking about. It was nice having him back out there, but I think what you were talking about before that too was just Washington being bad, and he was feasting at times on Washington. And that's what I'm glad that this was the game that he got to come back to.
Yeah, the perfect game to come back and try to build your confidence. Although in that second quarter, it felt like Alex Sarr was getting whatever he wanted.
Yeah, he was looking good. I mean, down low. And that was the issue. There was just the weak side defense. The help wasn't there by the Kings.
Like on-ball defense, they were fouling too much. I mean,
the line drives from Champagny, it was just, it wasn't. It was really bad. And then when you see a really bad team have multiple moments, that's when you just start to worry a little bit. But that's why I'm glad, for the wins that came this week, I'm glad that they ended up beating the Wizards like this. Where they just kept turning it back around. Oh shit, it's a 5-point game. No. All right, we're going to make it a 10-point game. It was their response to mistakes. The Wizards getting the ball out quick, by the way. They're top 10 in pace.
Yeah.
They're just a really quick, young, athletic team, so they can push it up the floor. And I just thought the Kings, just like I said, just kept playing smarter basketball whenever they were making mistakes.
It was 41-22 Sacramento. After the first quarter, the Kings had 12 assists on 15 makes and just one turnover. Then the second quarter came and it was like, oh, just kidding. We're just playing. We're bad again. Kings, we said, could not guard. They were fouling too much. Sarr really started to get it going in that second quarter. And I think the Kings had 8 turnovers in that second quarter.
Oh, my God.
It was gross. And all of a sudden, this big lead, it looked like you're maybe going to run away with it. It's 67-61. So Kings, I was interested to see how they're going to play tonight, and they came out in that third quarter, and it's like, okay, they took control, and then, of course, they go on the win. But I was very curious to see what it was going to look like tonight because of getting Sabonis back and Schroeder. And my big thing, and it's not just tonight, it's going forward.
Yeah.
Sabonis is back, but he's going to be back in the starting lineup at some point. When Levine got back from injury, they did the same thing. They brought him off the bench. I think they did the same thing with Keegan Murray, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So this is kind of typical from Doug Christie this year. Sabonis is going to end up starting, but I think it's so important to still find opportunity for Maxime Reynaud and for Dylan Cardwell. Both those guys ended up playing some decent minutes. Max got just over 21, and I mentioned the nearly 19 for Cardwell.
You saw some good rotations tonight, and then you also saw the balanced scoring from the Sacramento Kings all the way down the box score. And it was funny. I mentioned this on the postgame show that the Kings had flashed on this day in 2013, the Kings beat the Wizards, and there was 4 different players that had exactly 21 points. And I was like, oh, cool. So they had balanced scoring and beat the Wizards. Very different teams, but similar results on this day in 2013.
That's
so
crazy.
I know it is. But
6 players in double figures tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and didn't we see that thing after the game? The last 4 games, the Kings have beat teams by double figures. 4 teams for the first time in 20 years, having a 4-game win streak. Did you not believe that?
I think you're messing up what the stat was. This is my favorite thing you do.
Well, you should make it a segment on the show.
Morgan
Can she name that stat?
Obviously, she can't. Okay, here's the stat. Last 4 games for the Kings, they beat the Rockets by 13, the Lakers by a dozen, the Knicks by 11, the Wizards by 13. It is the second time in the last 20 years they've won 4 straight games, all by at least 11 points. The franchise record is 5.
I was right there.
There was something there. And
Yeah.
of course, I've got the old score right here. Jebediah is struggling tonight, I must say.
Jebs. It's been a week.
The next person we should talk about tonight,
Sure.
Russell Westbrook.
Hey, knocking down three after
Dude.
three after three.
He was really good in this game. He had 26 points. He had 6 assists, 9 of 14 shooting. You mentioned the 3-point shooting. 6 of 9 from 3. He's shooting a career high from 3-point land this year. And, getting a catch and shoot one in the corner. He's shooting them quick with confidence. There are times over the last few weeks where you'd see him get the ball and there'd just be him thinking. And it's so much better when he's just like, I'm in attack mode.
Yeah.
I'm making a quick move. I think that goes to any player, right? But Russ knocking down shots is great. But I thought in the third quarter, the thing I liked most was just his ability to get downhill and attack. And when he's getting downhill and you've got like big bodies down low, like Precious is trying to like shield off Sar, and it just clears a path. And Russ, still explosive enough to get to the rim. He was really good in attacking, and I think him putting pressure on the paint was big in that third quarter where the Kings end up scoring 34 points.
Absolutely. It made the defense have to commit to him driving. We always talk about how a player putting the ball on the floor, getting to the paint, you make the defense collapse, you make them shift, all the things. But it felt different because of the force that Russ was attacking with, and he was doing it so much. And then for him on the outside, like you were kind of saying, the ball was moving, and then there would be some other plays, though, where he would just make a quicker decision. If he had the ball and it was open, he was taking the shot. He wasn't thinking about it for 7 minutes. He was just taking the shot. And when you see him do that, he's in a better rhythm. He's in a better mind space. That's just, you hope he can continue that, too.
In that third quarter, too, the game got really physical.
Oh,
it was getting chippy. Yeah, Keyshawn George and DeMar DeRozan get into it. George was trying to dive in there to get a rebound and push DeMar. Then there was like bodies flying everywhere. And then DeMar got irritated with George, pushed him. And then they got kind of face to face. Russ was in the mix down there, too.
I loved it. I thought, what it did for me? It was just like, they don't give a damn who they're playing, how many wins they have.
Yeah.
They're competitors. And they were showing the chippiness out of like passion for the game. They cared about the game. They cared about not getting punked. And I appreciated that on so many different levels. Sometimes it's just like when it doesn't happen all the time, like for example, there's players that do that for a living. Dylan Brooks, probably one of those. I mean, you could say he's one of those players, but he's definitely gotten better and better at it too with picking and choosing his times. But for the Kings, when you see that on such a like weird, shitty season, you just know it's real. And so it was good. I liked it.
I see some people in the chat commenting about the Kings defense. And I think the numbers don't look great at the end of the game tonight. But I think that more had to do with the Kings turnovers than anything, right? The Kings had 19 turnovers that turned into 27 points. And the point people in the chat are making is it just looks like the defense has been better over this streak as well. Just from the communication, like someone was mentioning Levine in there too. Yeah, I feel like everyone's kind of turned up the physicality. And I noticed it last game. It does feel like from a communication standpoint, they're more locked in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like outside that second quarter, that was like disastrous too. They just feel much more engaged when they switch. There isn't just like pointing out the switch.
Oh my
They're
God.
just doing it. What a difference it makes when everybody is on the same page defensively. And then it just helps too when you've got some big ass bodies down there that are doing some good things. Like Precious Achiuwa defensively and offensively.
Yeah.
Precious has been awesome for this team.
He has as of late. And then again, another night for him where he's just can run out on he can close out on somebody. He can get back. He can recover. He can be a big body inside. I don't know what it is about his game lately, but maybe he's just getting more opportunities.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just more minutes, and he is just playing freer on both sides, and he's feeling juiced on both sides. But yeah, the defense, all in all, it just had you know what it was? It just had really bad moments. Like, obviously, second quarter, yes. But then some of the other moments would be, I always go back to a Champagne drive, like a line drive to the basket, or Alex Sarr in the middle of the paint. The Wizards had 62 points in the paint, but you look at their offensive rebound, 7 for 13 second chance points, and then 8 fast break points. How many times did you just see that ball flying up the floor? So we talk about their defense, the Kings defense, all in all. The Wizards just attacked with whatever strong moment that they would have.
I would just say, though, it was to me, it was the Kings offense that was leading to bad defense. When you're turning the ball over like crazy like that, it's like good luck getting stops.
Yeah.
Like this team, like you said, wants to push. The Wizards want to push. So then you got cross matches everywhere. But you're right. They also had moments where they struggled defending the ball, and then they were fouling a lot. But this Kings defense has been a train wreck. The offense has been a train wreck pretty much the entire season. And at least over this small 4-game sample size, it's been a better watch. This team was the worst watch in the league for a while.
Yeah.
And so this last, 4 games, it's like, hey, we've had some entertaining games. There have been some fun moments.
Well, and then I was watching Washington, because I have not watched enough Washington this year. And do you blame me? Do you blame me? But I really was just I was so unimpressed, because they have young guys that I've seen moments from, like even when I've watched a game or maybe in, highlights, whatever. And I'm like, oh shit, like here they go. Or usually it will be like after they beat a team, and I'll go back and watch some plays. And then, that's what I'm kind of going off of. But all in all, the sloppiness and everything else, I'm like, they are a bad watch.
But here's the thing, Morgan.
They're young.
This is what I think a lot of people miss when they talk about, hey, play all the young guys. I don't want any. It's all young guys all the time. It's not always setting them up for success, you know? And it's not just about wins. It's just about flow and learning. And for a good chunk of this season, even though the Wizards have not been killing it from the win total perspective, like having CJ McCollum helped them.
Yeah,
it helped the young guys. It settled them down in key moments, like
totally fair.
Having someone like Chris Middleton, who is not obviously the same Chris Middleton you saw in his prime in Milwaukee, but having a guy that could just settle it down. You don't want those guys playing 37 minutes a night, but you need some vets on the team. And who are their vets playing right now? Like Justin Champagnie. I mean, he's not really a vet.
Not even.
Marvin Bagley is a vet now, but like, what are we saying?
What does that even mean?
You know what I mean? We're talking about guys that can settle you down in key moments.
Leadership.
And they do not have that, especially now Trae Young's out too. So it's going to be choppy. And that's why I do think it's important for even the rebuilding teams to have some grown-ups in the room.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, it's and obviously you wish there weren't like so many grown-ups in the room sometimes, just so then everyone could get some opportunities. But at the same time, like you are where you're at with the Sacramento Kings, they're veterans and everything. And it's like, it's a very positive way of looking at that.
Or you could be like the Kings and you have like 3 young guys and like all vets.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's just like, I'm like too many grown-ups in the room.
Yeah. But you understand why it's important.
Yes.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. There's talking about where the Kings are at with their record, winning 4 in a row, and you're like, God, you're battling the Wizards in the tanking standings or whatever. Look, the Pelicans won 5 in a row earlier this year. The Kings are still one of the worst teams in the league record-wise. The trade deadline's coming up. There's a lot of time for them to probably lose games. And then the thing I'm going to keep repeating to people, at the end of the day, it's a lottery. And I understand all the percentages. I get all of that. But if you've watched the draft lottery in recent years, it's not always the worst teams that are jumping up to get that 1 or 2 or 3 pick, right?
Yeah,
It's
lottery.
been a mix. It's a lottery. So I don't know. You just kind of have to live with the results. That's how I look at it.
I will tell you too, I do like when you circle all of that back and you bring that up.
Yeah.
Because it's totally normal to have the mixed feelings with a professional sports team like this. And it sucks to have it, you know? I'd rather this not be the way that things have to go, and you almost want your team to lose just so they will have better odds. But at the same time, like, that's just been professional sports for so long too.
So last year is a good example. Of course, we all know that the Mavs had a 1.8% chance they got the number 1 pick. The Spurs had a 6% chance of getting the number 2 pick. Okay. The Sixers moved up 2 spots. Utah, 17 wins. Okay. They dropped to 5.
Yeah.
The Wizards, 18 wins, dropped to 6. The Pelicans, 21 wins. They dropped 3 spots. You know what I mean? Like,
so think about watching shitty basketball for that long and getting not even a top 5 pick.
And I know that's only 1 year, but like if you go to the previous years, the Hawks jumped 9 spots. They had a 3% chance. The Wizards, okay, they 15 games. They won 15 games. They dropped to 2. The Nets jumped 6 spots that year, and the Spurs moved up 1. So my point is, if you just keep going up and down, you see other teams, and my whole point is, I understand the numbers, and I would do anything to get the number 1 pick if you can guarantee it. The number 2 or the number 3. I want a top 3 pick. It's important to get a top 3 pick in this draft. I get it. But like the people that are like sweating and irritated on a Friday night watching their team win, it's like, dude, the Kings aren't going to be a good team.
No.
Trades are probably going to happen. They're probably going to get a good pick. So just let it play out.
And I think if you get whiffs of that emotions or whatever it is while you're watching the Kings win some games, remind yourself about all of that. Like, I think the number one thing I just keep going back to, it's a lottery. How many wins did the Mavs have last year and get the number 1 pick?
39-ish.
I mean,
like
way too many. Way too many. They made a play-in game.
Yeah.
Like, way too many. And so, yeah, you just have to make sure to tap back into reality and I guess just enjoy this ride of even seeing some of the young guys grow with the adults in the room. I pointed out to Deuce, Sabonis, doing a great job in the DHO action with Neek Clifford, telling him to shoot the effing ball when he was getting him space. Neek made one of his 2 threes. Then you see Sabonis on the bench, and he looks over at Max, and he's like, Max, come here. And he's like telling him one thing, hey, down there, you know, I don't know what they said, but he's coaching him up. And my point is, like, having those guys around right now for a season like this, I'll take it.
We've got a lot more of the podcast coming up, and just an update on the subtotal. We are now, Morgan, the update. We are 10 subscribers away from 22,000. Could we get there tonight?
Hell yeah.
I'm going to say I doubt it, but the biggest thing you could do is hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. All it does is help our channel grow. Duh.
You said you would do anything, like very passionately. Like, I would do anything for the number 1 pick.
This draft is this good, yes.
Would you, like, if they said, hey, Deuce, we have to cut off a finger, would you do a finger?
I think we've talked about this before, maybe this year on the podcast.
So a finger?
I mean, I'm not going to just allow someone to like come up and go like saw off my finger, but if you numbed it up, if you like, it was a surgical procedure where I went to a doctor, it was clean and like, hey, you're going to lose a finger for it? Yes.
You would lose a finger?
For the number 1 pick. Can you get AJ Domantas?
And then you have 9 fingers. And what if AJ, like, it just doesn't turn out what you need it to be? Health problems, all these different things. And you're missing a finger for that?
Is it that big of a finger?
I mean, a toe is a better, like, sacrifice.
I don't need my pinky.
Yeah, you do. Hey, I thought you were a hooper. Like, what about shooting?
My left.
Wow. All right. Well, you heard it.
You wouldn't do that?
No. I thought, well, that's the thing. I really thought about it, and I was like,
okay, fine. It's you do it.
Yeah.
They get the number 1 pick. You don't, they don't. They're not getting it. So if the Kings...
Is this a secret or does the city know? Like,
everybody knows.
Oh, shit.
Everybody knows.
Because, like, if it's a secret, I'd be like, yeah, okay.
That's actually a good movie. Then everyone's kind of hunting you down to kill you.
Or just to take off my finger.
No, it's serious now because you cost the team.
Oh.
And then you're, like, on the run. And I'm after you.
What a great thriller. We should have T.R. Reagan write it.
Let's get to work.
So stupid.
Oh, man. But, Anyway, it's important for these. Like, for example, if Nick Clifford was just out there with a whole bunch of young guys right now, like, what is he learning? What is he gaining?
Yeah.
You do need some veteran presence. It doesn't mean the vets need to play all the minutes or anything like that, but like they benefit from it. And look, someone like Nick Clifford tonight, shaky first half. We were talking like, man, this guy really needs to figure it out
look
here.
good.
You know, I thought he was really good in the second half. 9 points, he had 7 rebounds, played good defense. He had 3 assists. It seemed like he had a good rapport with Sabonis. And I also thought it was good for him to just knock down a couple of shots.
He needed to. He needed to feel that. And then he attacked the rim. Yeah, like it was but knocking down those threes are huge. And you just hope that he can gain more and more confidence. And I thought Sabonis was doing a good job of empowering him out there. And look, it's going to be hard at times with the roster and the rotations, and we want to know who he is, what he is. So hopefully he can just keep on going in that direction. We're putting that out in the universe.
In the chat, someone says, Deuce, you're wild and on losing a finger, LOL. Deuce going to ride around with a permanent West Side gang symbol when we get that first pick. Look, wouldn't you guys respect me if I did that? If the NBA was like, yeah, Deuce, if we cut off that pinky, they get the #1 pick. You would respect it. You'd be like, dude, this guy is...
No. I would not just think like you are a hero. Like, and the #1 pick, you still have to, it's a team sport. It's not tennis. Like, it's not like that player is going to like win it all himself. That's not how it works.
Just know I do what it takes. Morgan, nah, would not do it.
Would I do it for a championship? Now it's a different story. But for the #1 pick, and then you can't even like guarantee that that's anything.
Probably don't get a championship if you don't get this #1 pick, you know?
Well, then after you cut off Deuce's pinky, you can cut off my pinky for a championship.
We got more of the podcast coming up. We're presented by our friends here at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery.
Oh, they're the absolute best. They're all Kings fans, and Sentivo Vineyards and Winery is family owned. Some of the best wine that we've ever had, and they have one of the most beautiful tasting rooms. It's in Sassoon Valley, which is just around the Fairfield area. 40 minutes out of Sacramento. You can always go there if you're headed to San Francisco, anywhere else. I always stop by and I'll get my bottles there. Or you can go to sentivovineyards.com and get some bottles there as well.
Also presented by our friends over at
Medic Ambulance. Woo, woo. We've teamed up with Medic Ambulance, the trusted name in emergency medical services across Northern California. From life-saving responses to being the team behind the scenes at your favorite events, Medic is here to serve. Learn more at medicambulance.net.
Appreciate everybody's support of the Deuce and Mo podcast. Ella says Deuce is going to cut off his finger for Marvin Bagley. Yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
See?
To get another Marvin Bagley.
I mean,
Bagley in town.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Like, even the Kings fans couldn't even muster boos for him. He got some, but it was just like, yeah, whatever.
I know. That whole situation, man. I feel for him. I feel for him, his mental health over the years, like what that.
He's fine, dude. He's been in the league like 9 years now, and he's made good money. He's lasted a long time.
No, but
I'm sure it was harder the first few years, but I think now, I mean, there's probably acceptance. He's in the league. He's getting some playing time and making money.
But that's also your identity as an NBA player for the rest of your life. It is. It just is.
What? That you didn't live up to the expectations of a #2 pick? You know, I guess I am just so different in my thought process with that, because a lot of people are so quick to throw out the term bust. You know, the Kings made a bad pick with Marvin Bagley.
Yeah.
Obviously. Swing and a miss. But to me, a bust...
In and out of the league.
That is like, you get Anthony Bennett. That's a bust. Just done in like a year. Like a #1 pick. It literally just fading so fast. Some of these other guys, you think about Kwame Brown, you think about Marvin Bagley... They last in the league. Did they live up to the expectations of that pick? No. But if you make it in the league 8, 9, 10 years, who cares?
Well, and I'm so with you on that. But I was more just saying to like, God, how hard that has to feel if like you're in the NBA world, like that is your life, like that was your dream, but that becomes your identity because where you were drafted, what team you were drafted on, and not being able to live up to it. But I'm so with you on those whatever guy being a bust conversation, and that just being subjective to people as well. But I think if you have a a longer career in the NBA and you're able to find a way to make money and stay in the league, like you're doing something right. Good. Not a lot of people can say they did that.
Taking an update too at the standings, Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Uh-oh. What?
Kings are just making a bit of a push.
Deuce, come
6.5 games out of the play-in. With, 40 something to go, right? It could happen.
on. No,
huh?
there's like 30 something now,
Give me a
right?
hell yeah.
So 38, 39 to
I
go.
think 39. Deuce, there's only 39. Idiot. Yeah, it's not funny.
So don't mention it.
No, don't.
Anything else from this game that we should be talking about?
Besides
Besides the J Street Dental moment of the game, which good luck coming up with just one.
That's funny that you said that. You had one, and you pointed it out to me. You when we were at the game, you're like, "That's going to be my J Street Dental moment of the game," and I was like, "Cool." Do you remember what it was?
It might have been the end of the first quarter when Sabonis got the rebound, the outlet to Malik, and then the lob to Cardwell for the
Nope.
jam. Okay.
But I love that one.
Yeah.
I know what it was.
What?
It was the Domas no look to Precious pocket
That's
pass.
a candidate.
Yeah.
That was 2 in the first quarter.
Wow. Anything Dylan Cardwell tonight, throwing it down is a moment of the game.
We had that. We had the Sabonis no look in transition to Precious Achua vicious jam. You had the Dennis Schroeder lob to Cardwell, and then at the end of the first, you had the play I was just talking about, Sabonis the look ahead to Malik, and then the lob to Cardwell.
Dude,
I mean,
write them all down right now.
someone in the chat saying, "What about the Sabonis elbow to Bagley?" It got physical, man. Sabonis was getting into it too. Yeah, the Cardwell alley oops have to be on there.
Yeah. I mean, that was huge. Huge.
Sabonis returns. Russ. I'm going to put Russ 6 of 9 from 3.
Fair enough.
The J Street Dental moments of the game go into the J Street Dental moment jar.
Oh, yeah. Get
And
in
we
there.
have not had to pull out some old one because the Kings are winning games.
It's
baby.
been pretty amazing. And hey, you should go to J Street Dental. Enriching lives and enhancing smiles. Head to jstreetdentalgroup.com. You can also check out their sister office, Sacramento River Dental. We've had some people go in and actually sign up and start going to J Street Dental. And so they're going to have smiles like these.
So pretty. Such a pretty smile, huh, Deuce? Yeah.
yourself?
I am.
Oh.
In the chat, Ash was noting sunglasses beam boys, mentioning Cardwell, Neek, Maxime, and Precious wearing sunglasses to light the beam. What do you think about that gimmick? Whose idea do you think that was to have the sunglasses?
Can't believe you're not even singing.
What's that?
Give me the beam boys and free my soul. I want to get lost in your pick and roll and drift
Oh
away.
my God. This song makes me smile. It should have been a hit, but then the Kings were so bad last year. What were the lyrics? Besides, there was another line after that.
I don't remember. I just
Give me the
beam boys and free my soul. I want to get lost in your pick and roll and drift away. Give me the beam boys and free my soul. I want to get lost.
in your light and glow and drift away. That's what it was. Can you do it so it sounds good?
It's so good when you do.
Why? It's terrible.
Deuce, it's so
I'm an
good.
idea man.
It's so good though. Give me the beam boys and free my soul. I want to get lost in your pick and roll and drift away.
Bring it home, bitch.
Give me the beam boys and free my soul. I want to get lost in your light and glow and drift away. What?
I said bring it home. Get into it. Give me the
That wasn't into it?
No.
How did I not do it? What do you
Imagine you're doing it 17,000 people. Cardwell's got
Hey,
the glass
everybody.
on, and it kind of this is like the climax of it. Everyone's clapping.
Give me the beam boys and free my soul. I want to get lost in your pick and roll and drift away.
Okay, I don't understand the whole Broadway turn at the end of this.
Yeah,
Give me the light and glow one.
You're not giving me the direction.
The first part is the pick and roll part, kind of like a little.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
little more low key, and then you hammer it home.
Okay.
With the light and glow.
Okay. Give me the beam, boys, and free my soul. I want to get lost in your pick and roll and drift away.
Sacramento.
Oh, give me the beam, boys, and free my soul. I want to get lost in your light and glow and drift away.
Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, drink it in, man. Morgan singing a song for the first time this year. Oh my goodness.
A repeat, but yeah.
I don't care. No one remembered that from last year because last year was hell. We're remembering it right now because Dylan Cardwell's got the shades on.
They're the Beam Boys.
Oh.
Cute. Very cute.
Oh my God. We're idiots.
You guys are funny. But yeah, the Beam Squad, love it. I love it. It's so fun. We talked about how much joy they look like that they're not only playing with, but then even post game just together. It's wonderful to see.
We are 5 subs away from 22,000.
Give me a hell yeah.
If you like that song, subscribe.
Yeah. Good win for the Kings. What does it all mean going forward? Does it mean that the Kings figured it out, Morgan? Well, more time together? Or does that mean more wins the Blazers coming to town?
So I think there's definitely something here. I think they have more chemistry, more of a connection. It all makes sense. As they should this many games in. I think Doug even has a better feel of understanding how he needs to trust guys. You know, again, I say this, DeMar just played 40 minutes the other night against New York. But I don't know. I think it could be a little bit of a shift where we see more better basketball.
Okay.
But I don't think that's going to be every matchup. And I know Portland's going to be tough with some of their bigger guys.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think as long as we're seeing competent basketball, we're seeing
Competent, yes.
I guess that's the other thing. Before the season, you know, Doug Christie was talking about having an identity and playing a certain style. And anytime he was asked about the style throughout the year, he'd be like, no, we're a team who defends and does this. And I think the reaction from us and fans was like, well, no, that's what you want to be. That's not what you are. You're not a defensive team. You're not a team that picks up. You're not a team that consistently shares the ball or plays with pace or really plays a modern style. Like, you don't shoot a lot of threes. Even tonight, I mean, they shot 31 threes, which for them is a really high number.
Yeah.
They hit 15 of 31. My point now is it does seem like some of the things that Doug Christie has wanted this team to do from a play style perspective, we're seeing more of it.
Yeah.
It's not perfect at all. And I don't think they have the roster to do that with any type of real long-term consistency. But I think just seeing some of it is a little refreshing.
They're buying into togetherness. And I say together, I'm not acting like it's like kumbaya, hold each other's hand together. I'm saying togetherness being the style that you're kind of talking about. They're going, okay, well, let's all do it this way. The way that our coach is trying to tell us, trying to coach into us. And they're buying in a little bit more. Like, I don't know. Because the ball's moving, they're not pointing and blaming people when they're not in help. You know, like there's just so many things that are so much better these last couple of games. It's all I want to watch. It's all I want to just actually break down with you.
Yeah. My perspective, and it's not to try to bring us all back down to earth a little bit. It's just, this is, in my opinion, reality.
Okay.
They have been, you can acknowledge that they have been playing some better basketball and also acknowledge some of the weirdness of this season with like Houston, right? They're just, they came in kind of overlooking Sacramento, which is strange. The Lakers, very clunky, and it was a game where they missed, it seemed like every single shot, and Sacramento made every single shot.
Yep.
It was strange. The Knicks game, Brunson goes down 5 minutes in, and they just looked rattled from it and could not recover.
Yeah.
And then tonight, there were things that Sacramento got away with against Washington that they're not getting away with against a better team. Like, I'm watching this game with you. I said, if CJ McCollum's here tonight, the Kings are probably
losing,
or if it's a closer game. So, yes, we can all feel good about 4 wins. It's looked better. It's just more fun as a fan to be at a game or watch a game at home and feel the crowd into it. And it's just like, this is cool. This is awesome. But I would caution anybody from getting a little too high right now and just enjoy it for what it is and understand the big picture still needs to be the big picture, which is, get active at the trade deadline, as active you can, and build this thing out the right way going forward.
Yeah, and it just doesn't feel as desperate and dark at this moment in time, but it also feels like it's been dark enough this season where the understanding of change is still there with the front office and people in charge.
But I do admire that the vets are having fun.
I agree.
And there's a level of professionals. For a team that has the record they do, I don't think you look at this team and their body language and can tell. Like, at this moment, it's been fun. And, like, they're engaged. They're playing hard. And I feel like more times than not this year, they have played hard.
Yeah.
But they look far more connected at this moment, which I think is cool to see. It seems like a group that does like each other.
Yes. And I mean, look, you say that. I mean, I haven't been to the last few practices and you have been able to go. And every single time you're like, this team doesn't look like a team that is down and mad and doesn't like each other, even though they're losing a whole bunch of games. It doesn't mean that they don't care. You know what I mean? But it just shows, like, all in all, they like to be around each other for the most part. They can figure it out. They can be professional. And that's good to hear too.
Next up, the Blazers. We'll be live for that one. Do you want to get to a couple of trade things at all? What's your vibe?
No, not save it.
We'll save it. There's nothing earth shattering at this point. We're still on Kuminga watch.
Save it.
Yeah.
But I do want to give a big shout out.
All right, let's do it.
Big shout out to the Nothing But Net podcast. And
Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah, they're just a young core of young men that started podcasts in 2022, I think they said. And it's an NBA podcast. And you saw it right away. And you're like, oh my God, they're local and they're really good. Like, look at them.
We should note they started this podcast when they were like 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
And they've been consistent with it.
Consistent.
Yeah.
They cut reels and clips and all the things for their YouTube, for social media, all the things. I'm telling you, I have not seen some adults that have talked to us about, we want to start a podcast. What do we do? And then they don't do anything. They don't stay consistent or any of those things. These guys have come to us and they are so curious. They back up everything that they say they want to do and they do it. And they're freaking high schoolers. And tonight they came and because they wanted to shadow us on NBC pregame show just to see like how everything goes down. They were talking to our audio guy, Perry, to our camera guy, Bryce, Devon Davis, shout out to him, content team with the Sacramento Kings, Megan McPeak, the silent reporter for the Wizards. Like, they were learning from everyone and, and they got to learn a few extra things from Deuce and I too tonight, just about the business and being in sports broadcasting. It was just, they're just their curiosity and their grind is so cool. It's so special to me. They're all going to be so successful.
Damn, put them over.
Yeah,
you can check them out on
Net.
YouTube. Look up Nothing But Net on YouTube. The other thing I want you guys to check out on YouTube after you're done watching or listening to us, go to the Sacramento Kings YouTube page. We've been doing these conversations this season throughout the year. Conversations with Deuce Mo. We sit down with players, former players, execs, coaches, and talk about their journeys. We just released one today with Sacramento Kings broadcaster Mark Jones.
Yay.
And it was really fun to learn more about Mark Jones's journey. Highly recommend you check it out. This guy was a hooper in college.
Just a hoop head.
He loves basketball. He has grown to love Sacramento too. Now his 6th year in Sacramento. he teared up on the pod.
I was gonna say our conversations. We don't try.
No, we
they
get deep, though.
They go deep. They go deep, and we're like,
Well, you know what people call me.
what do they call you?
Deep Deuce.
Oh, Deep Deuce.
You know, just sit down. We're
Friends
vulnerable.
have called you that before because Deuce you're a curious guy and you like to ask questions.
But Mark was so open and he was outstanding. And he's a great guy. Side note with that, Mark Jones, real fast. I might have mentioned this before because I feel like I tell anyone who listens. One of the most supportive coworkers I have ever had, you know, and there's plenty of them, but you know, I haven't known Mark as long as I've known like G-Man, who is like the GOAT, like, oh my God, amazing.
Duh.
So many great
Family.
people I've worked with, but Mark
Yeah.
Jones specifically, he'll text us like during a Stockton Kings game. Hey, what a second quarter. You know, like
You guys
he's
sound great.
watching, giving us feedback.
Yeah.
He's texting us about things we're doing on the podcast, or he's hitting us up with feedback on a post-game show while he's flying to do a college football game somewhere. He's
shouting out our conversations with other people on the Kings broadcast because he loves collaborating and making sure that everyone's a team.
So he's just a great person. So definitely check out that interview we did.
It's a gem.
Conversation with Deuce and Mo, man. We appreciate you guys so much for hanging out. Let's just do a quick update. I'm sure we'll get to 22,000 by like the next day or something here. That's just a little refresher.
We still gonna be 5 away?
Wow. 4 away from 22K. So if you haven't done it yet, just hit the subscribe button. It just helps us grow. We appreciate you guys so much. We love you guys, but we got to go.
You all have a wonderful rest of your night. Thanks for being here. See ya.
Deuce and Mo,